Fix that. Something's too loud. What are these buttons? Oh, that's why. What is up? What is up? I am actually tired, so I don't plan to stay long. But I figured this is probably the best day to go over everything while it's still fresh on my mind. Is the game volume loud, or am I too loud? Is the game volume like too loud? Do you want me to turn the volume down a little bit? Like, let me know. So I always have to fiddle around with the game sound. What about the game volume? Because the mic's already maxed up, but to me the game volume is always kind of loud. Okay, that's fine then. I'm gonna wait a bit, see if I get more people in. I'm looking at this through freaking remote play, and this lag, this like delay is like ugly. Oh, that feels so bad. I'm forcing myself to do this through remote play because I don't want to actually set up. I don't want to go through PS4 and then like revert back to PC, so I'm being lazy. Yo, what's up? Thank you for the follow. I'm trying to stream more, so I'll make sure to stream more than I should. Did you actually enjoy Frosties? Because I mean, I did, but Despite how I did in pools, I still enjoyed myself at Frosty's. Yeah, Frosty's is fun. This was my second year. Like last year was my first year. Last year was really fun. This year wasn't bad either. I'm acting like I know what I know what to do doing for Kodo. Oh no, that's definitely not Naoto. I'll wait like I'll give it like 4 more minutes. And then I'll start looking at matches. Oh, there's only like 3 of them. But there's a lot to look at those 3 matches. I don't remember Naoto stuff. Oh, okay. What's up, Rio? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know, actually. Shit, I don't remember anything with Naoto. Yeah, I don't remember anything with this character. Six B, stop. I can never get the cancel timing down after the run DP. The run DP down, jump down C. I don't know the trick to it. I know you gotta whiff it, but I don't like know if it's a spacing thing after combos or anytime I do it or look like I want to do it. It's CDP? Really? Oh, maybe that's why I keep screwing it up then. Oh yeah. So I'm like, I think they have to be. I know they have to be higher than me so that the jump 2C can whiff. There we go. All right, yeah, that makes sense now. Alright, I'm a Naruto main. I'm a Naruto main now. No, we a big boy. We big boys out here. I'm just playing on. I'm playing through remote play, so it's kind of off. I can feel it like slightly. Five C, 3C, whip, swim cancel. Alright, you asked for too much right now. We about to, you know what? We're about to just analyze matches now. I'm not trying to break my hands right now. Wait. 5P, 3C, swift cancel. Swift cancel is sway, right? hate eyeing things like this. If I play Bullet, I don't have to worry about this crap. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I kind of want to analyze the matches right now. I'll come back to Naruto. And I'll like, when I'll play, I'll actually not play through remote play. Remote play just adds lag or adds delay, unfortunately. Should probably mute this. Yeah, mute. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, get that out of here. All right. I already actually have it up. Just kind of slugging. So yeah, surprisingly enough, I actually had a buy. Well, I wouldn't say buy, but my first opponent apparently was in top 8 for Gundam Versus, so he dropped out of BB. I don't know why. He just decided he wanted to do Gundam Versus, so I can't really fault him for it. Just, whatever. If they felt like he wanted to play Versus over BB, like more power to him. So my first round was actually a buy, surprisingly enough. Should I full screen this? I probably should full screen this, just so you guys can see better. Get my big head out the way. Um, so yeah, my first round was actually a buy. So I immediately went to fight Flux, who was in the second round anyway. And for those who don't know, which I think all of you already know in this chat, this match is ass for Bullet. This is a garbage match. This is like, in my opinion, this is her worst matchup. Like, this is by far her worst matchup in any of the iterations that she's in. Just because the tools given to her to get around zoners already sucks, and then the small amount of tools that you do have to get around zoners still suck, and they're not reliable. They're not actually reliable options to really use. To It's a lot more guessing, a lot more RPS, which is what Bullet is excelling in, which isn't really excelling in a game where everyone either plays set play or just forces you to take it. So she doesn't really have solid ways into get in full screen or mid screen to get in without taking risks, and they're not in her favor. So specifically in this match, or against robots mainly new in Lambda, swords give her a lot of problems because they cover so much range. And they give anyone range. They give anyone problems, but bullets limited mobility makes it really hard to navigate through swords without taking a lot of hits and losing a lot of damage or a lot of health over it. So in this first set sucked honestly. It started off fine, but as you're gonna see, I'm gonna get the hit. He's gonna burst. Like the next hit, he's gonna burst. So the thing with Flux, as I've noticed, and even there, I'll talk about that later. But even thing with so that burst, I definitely did not want him getting started. Generally, what I do in this matchup specifically, not really Lambda, but specifically in New, and I'm talking as a person who's mainly played Flux all the time at tournaments for this matchup, um, I will burst generally in the corner when New's in the corner to keep her there and to keep pressure going. Here, she's not relatively in the corner, but she's closer to the corner than I would want her to be, considering that she just got the hit. She's going to put me all the way to the other side of the screen, and I'm going to have to work my way back in. At that point, I can at least kind of bait swords and get around swords at that range and still have her in the corner. So I didn't mind bursting. I don't really need OD in this match personally. Like it helps, but I'd rather save it for burst in this game or in this match as opposed to wasting it in OD. Um, either option's fine. Like New doesn't have much health. Bullet does a lot of damage on hit with full heat, so I was fine losing burst that early in the round if it meant pinning her down. So it's in the corner, gets out, like kind of just negates everything I thought about talking about or saying anyway. So Flux is doing a good job of keeping away, throwing swords at me. Um, I kind of have to take it and block high-low mix-ups, full screen. Doing a bad job of blocking pin sword wheel, but it's whatever. I mean, I have health to spare. And there's actually a few times in these sets where I blue beat, which I've been doing a lot lately. Not holding tech, which mainly has been for other matchups. I didn't really need to not tech in this match, so that was really more on my fault for not just holding tech, because from that range, New's not going to really get much except for reset into more swords, and I mean that's kind of obvious. As opposed to other characters who will try and be sneaky with resets and gimmicks, which has been happening a lot lately actually. So that blue beat, the few blue beats that happen in these sets are really on my fault. So at this point, he's kind of confident enough keeping it that mid range, mid full screen, like whatever. He has the life lead, has burst. Like there's no reason to really be afraid of anything. So yeah, it's kind of how the match would expect to go for first round. So I ate 2A. I think I tried to hit 2B. I saw him coming in, and I tried to 2B, but since 2A is faster, it hit me. Counter hit trade in his favor. Clearly, I don't want that, but like whatever. So I'm in the corner. Nonsense is happening. Oki. I could have actually ran through that sword, but um, you run the risk of him canceling the sword, and I mean it's a high-low mix-up. He's more than likely going to be crouching anyway. So doing capture, doing run capture through that is kind of risky. It's just not worth it. I'd rather just block. So at this point, I OD. I OD specifically to punish him and to get him into the corner. Um, at that point, I wasn't worried about damage. I just wanted him into the corner rather than having him run away and get full screen again. So at that point, I was fine with wasting OD to keep him in the corner. Get command grab, get 2 heat. I didn't even bother double snap. I just wanted to keep him in the corner. So I got a good amount of damage just off of 1 heat there. ODs, misses the punish. I actually reacted too late to punish the 5A whiff and 8 more swords. Tries to escape, doesn't escape. Back in the corner. I'm just going to take this round. Wow. Erotic Buddha Hero, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I kept him from getting out that time. Took the round. Like I said, the only good thing about this match is that Bullet just shits out damage. And New has no life. So like 1 or 2 combos, New dies. The problem is just getting in, and you have to, ideally you want to bait the burst so that you don't get put full screen all over again and go through all of that nonsense again. So here we kind of start off clean. We both have bursts. It's kind of an even match going in round 3. I'm still doing way too much jumping, in my opinion, and I'm getting caught and clipped by pinwheel too much. Like I'm doing a good job of blocking overheads, but I'm not blocking enough pinwheels, and that's where most of the damage is coming from. Again, I OD because I want him in the corner. Gets out, but like whatever. Immediately bursts. Flux is known to burst like on first hit. I did a bad job of baiting it, and there's that overhead mix-up. And then I got a little too anxious here. Thank you for the host, man. See, I got anxious. At this point, the round's kind of over. Like, it's doable, but it's just really hard. Like, it's really hard to worry about everything going through. So yeah, this I wasn't really happy with that first set. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So I took a moment to really think about it, just to calm down. And At that point, yeah, at that point, this point, I'm like realizing I'm jumping too much and trying too hard to force myself in. So I'm trying my best at that point to readjust, to just taking it slower, just playing more ground neutral. Dash super jump, it's all right, but um, I have to worry about I have to worry about gravity well. So I have to worry about gravity well, obviously. I have to worry about him reading the dash, the super jump dash, and yeah, like honestly, at least for Flux, what I've noticed with Flux is that he's noted, or he, at least when I play him, and I think it's specifically just because it's bullet and bullets approach options are bad. Um, really well at scouting out air approaches. And I think it also plays in a bit that he plays at that range where if they try and approach from the air, he's able to react with 6D or 2D. So what I've been doing and what I've seen other bullet players do, like other Japanese, what I've seen Japanese bullet players do when I do see the newer Lambda match, when they have gravity wheel down, they jump up, they jump into gravity wheel, and they air snap high enough so that they get over a possible sword and that they kind of get through gravity wheel faster than trying to air dash or jump through it. And since in the air, I can come down with an air option, so I still get a chance to I can still do like jump D or barrier. I'm not like forced to take an incoming sword or just take hits from there. So I've done it a lot on Lambda, not so much new, mainly because she kind of does better controlling the air, I guess, with what is that luminous, whatever the luminous sword, okay, whatever that is. Um, so I try not to overdo it with air dashing or super jump air dashing. So that's my answer to that. Yeah, so this is actually I did really good at not getting hit by too many 4Ds. I just got clipped by everything else. So another OD option because I kind of just want out. And then yeah, I'm fine with playing it mid screen as long as I'm not stuck in the corner. Miss drops a super, IB for some more meter. I think there I tried to do dash jump. I think I tried the jump cancel dash and I got a 5B input instead. Tried the jump dash barrier. So at this point, yeah, I'm kind of slowing it down. I don't have much health to kind of give. Get caught by another sword, another pinwheel sword, which is where most of this damage, again, most of this damage is coming from. So this set, yeah, I kind of, instead of backing up, since Flux is kind of always backed up, I kind of went in more, paid off a little bit. Now I was in the corner, and I knew burst was coming. I did a bad job. I didn't think he was going to burst immediately on hit from here, even though I did just say earlier that Flux like immediately burst as soon as he can. So I did a bad job at realizing that he was going to burst and baiting it. So I ate the burst. So that was a bit of my fault for not recognizing the situation and understanding he would just burst. I didn't think he would burst right then and there, but it didn't matter. Right there, I dropped the jump cancel off of 6B. So at this point, I'm kind of content of just playing around or just playing really really slow. I have the life lead. I don't have to overextend. I think there I tried the 2A and I got clipped for it, and then there's another blue beat. Yeah, and that burst definitely could have been avoided if I didn't go in so hard. There's the first dropped 5D snap chance, which is quite an annoying change. That would have ended the round quicker, but it didn't. So we're back in neutral. New gets to have fun. Drops the super again. More IB for more meter. At this point, it's like 20 seconds left. I didn't want to overextend. This is technically could be the last round for Influx, so I kind of played it safe just a little bit. I think at that point he started realizing time was running low, and he started going in. Counter assault, get him off. That's when I realized, like, oh wait, I got life lead. Let me back up. Like how that's crazy. I don't know. Wouldn't think I had the timeout new. Anyway, so again, clip by sword. Go figure. Like the damage isn't even that much on combos, but it adds up. It adds up considering that I have to struggle and go through all this. Yep, another sword. I'm doing a bad job of blocking the lows, blocking the highs, but not blocking the lows, which is actually kind of backwards for me. I usually get opened up by 4D. All right. Yep, more high-low nonsense in the corner. I actually should check if I can 2B under Scythe. Yep, bursts again immediately. Okay. Yep, counter assault immediately. Flux will waste any meter in all bar and all bursts to get you off of him. Dash up throw. Drop the 6B. That probably could have also sealed a lot of this round too. All right, second drop. And that's what really, that pissed me off. That drop actually pissed me off because that would have ended the round. But going back to that actually, because I actually had to think about this specific drop all Saturday after it happened. So looking at it right now, looking at the options that I have. So I have 58 meter and I have OD. Even if I didn't get snap, I had at least like three other options I could have done. So I could have done 5D. I could have done 5D OD and then killed him. Um, I could have done DP, threw him to the wall, 6A, 6C, jump D, and the super. That was probably the most optimal route if Snap was going to drop. That probably would have been the most optimal route. DP does more damage than Snap. Um, on that hit at least. It doesn't do much. It doesn't do more damage overall, but the initial hit for the DP does more than Snap Chance does. Um, if I did super, yeah, that was my fault for not actually ODing, because ODing would have at least secured more damage. No, if anything, I would have secured the round because of where my health is. OD would have lasted long enough that I would have been able to get the basic 5D confirm OD combo off and killed him. I think that does like it does like that's like around 5k, close to 5k. So it was really my fault for not ODing immediately after the 5D. I'm just so used to going for 5D snap and it hitting. Just this one time, the one of the two times that I needed it, it dropped. After every other time I've done it, it worked fine. Just the one time I needed it to close the round, it dropped. So yeah, I mean this specific drop bothered me the rest of the day, or rather really the rest of the weekend, because it would have gone to another set and it could have gone either way at that point. So yeah, I could have done 5D OD into 5D OD cancel into like 5C, 5C 3C snap, 5C 3C snap engage, 6A. Um, Probably didn't have to do 6A. Probably could have just done capture engage and then super, and that would have been it only because New has like no health. So ideally that was the optimal route rather than trying to do 5D snap, 6A Flint super. Um, so yeah, at that point I wasted a meter to get him off me because next hit was going to kill. If I got him, next hit was going to kill. But yeah, at that point there was really no point of doing OD. I could have probably OD'd somewhere in between there. I probably could have actually OD'd the I could have OD'd the sword, the pinwheel, but I didn't. So it's really my fault on lack of awareness. Um, yeah, like that match specifically pissed me off so much, man. My pressure, well, the pressure was not on point only because when I got in, I mean, at that point he either had meter to get me off him or I literally just wanted to get damage because I know specifically from playing Flux that I don't have to pressure too hard. Not saying that Flux cracks early, just I don't have to go too hard pressuring. But for me is a matter of getting to him to start pressuring. And anytime in that set that I did get pressure going, he had meter. Either I got the hit to do the damage, or he had a burst and he had meter to get me off him. Like he got opened up. He got opened up. It's just anytime I was pressuring him, he OD'd. Actually, this is actually the first, yeah, the first time he OD'd actually. After this, he OD'd, and he tried to punish with 5A, which whiffed, and that was my fault for not punishing. What did I even do? Hold on. Where is the slowdown? Here we go. I don't think it'll slow down fast enough to see. Uh, yeah, I think that's 2B. I don't know why I tried the 2B when I should have just 5A'd. Yeah, that might have been 5. That might have been 2B. Bulla's not low tier. She's mid tier in this game. I don't care what people say. That character's mid tier in this game. She has good matchups. She has bad matchups, but she shits out damage for like no work. Just nobody plays this character. Yeah, this is Bullet's worst matchup. This is by far Bullet's worst matchup. Um, so where else did there was there was that was the first um call out on pressure, which was I mean that's the right answer. OD overhead. Obviously that's the right answer. But considering that Flux never overdrive before, I mean that for me I wouldn't say a surprise, but just I wasn't expecting it because Flux in the past has never OD'd on me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey man, people think this character's low, but nobody plays her. Like I don't, nobody wants to work. Um. So yeah. So look, anytime I did get a hit, she can't burst. Like she can't burst because she has no burst. She can't use meter because she's getting comboed. So like when the hits hit, they count it. It's just when I started pressure. Let's see. Yeah, like when I start pressure, that's when the cracks started happening. He wanted me off of him ASAP, like immediately. And since the change, since the burst change with not being able to bait it with projectile invul moves, it's actually really for Bullet. It's actually frustrating to bait burst because you literally have to drop damage. Like everyone has to, like a lot of people have to drop damage to bait burst. A lot of people have built-in combos that do burst safe routes. Bullet kind of has that, but you don't get to that point until after you've gotten the hit with like a drive or 6C. But if you get a hit confirmed with like 5B or not 5B, but like 2B, 5C, 3C, anything that's not 6B, 6C or 6 or 5B, like you can't bait burst or you can't bait burst without meter. Like you just can't because you're in their face. Like the most moves move you forward, so you have to take the burst. Um, 5B and 6B are jump cancelable, so you can actually, you can move forward while barrier blocking if they bait a burst, but you're giving up damage at that point. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can bait burst, but you have to for Bullet, she has to literally go out of her way to possibly drop possibly like 5 to 6K damage just to bait burst. And in my opinion, it's not really worth it unless it's going to kill. Otherwise, you just have to take the bait. You just have to take the bait. Like I was stuck. Like what's I gonna do there? I can't do anything. Yeah, I was actually stuck. I had 5C, 2C. Like I couldn't do anything. So where else? Where else? What else? What else? What other points? Because I'm pretty sure it happens here also. Does it? No, he wasted super. Okay, it didn't happen here. I don't think. I think I died before he got to do anything. Yeah. So this round, yeah, right here. I should have known he was gonna burst here to keep me in the corner and to get the mid screen space. So that was on me not realizing in time he was going to burst. And then the other time, was it here? Yeah, it was here. He counter assaulted. Man, at this point I didn't care because I had the life lead. Like, I didn't care if he counter assaulted. Was this the one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't care. Like whatever. I had the life lead. And then any other time, did he? Basically, this match honestly goes down to you need to bait burst. Like, like long story short, you need to bait burst in this match. If you don't bait burst, it's 20 times harder because you have to work your way back in. But if you bait burst, like you literally, that's half the battle. Like she can't do anything. My burst bait confirm is 6C, 6B, and 5C. Um, as for the winners finals, losers finals thing, yeah, I mean that honestly was it pissed off a lot of us because um like I said in the Discord, it's weird that or it's stupid that losers finals and winners finals was 2 out of 3, and then literally right next to Blaze Blue, Smash 4 was doing 3 out of 5, and you're just like, how are you saying this is too you know because you're tight on time, but then here's Smash over here who runs way longer than BB does in 3 out of 5. They're doing 3 out of 5. And you're just like, we didn't understand. They come to find out it wasn't even an official choice. It was just kind of brought on upon by whoever was running the bracket, who I don't know who that was. But yeah, it really actually kind of pissed me off because those matches were good, and it was a BS excuse considering that every other game was doing 3 out of 5, and Smash was right beside it, and Smash sets definitely run longer than BB sets, and they were doing 3 out of 5, and we were just like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like and Guilty Gear wasn't even on the same stream as Blaze Blue was. It was on the actual stream that ran the main games for top 8. So I don't really understand how BB off in his other corner made any sense being restricted to time constraints that it had to be 2 out of 3 for winners finals and losers finals. Like that it just did it was stupid. I like I'll go more into that after these next 2 matches because I love Frosties. But the way they kind of dealt Blaze Blue, specifically with like casual setups, was specifically how they did casual setups and winners finals and losers finals was kind of dirty because um, we definitely got the shit end of the stick for casuals Saturday after pools and Guilty Gear, Under Night, Marvel, Street Fighter, all the other games had like well enough sets or well enough setups, and BB was sitting here struggling keeping like 4 setups, and there's like 2 or 3 tables of every other game having setups. But anyway, yeah, let's go to the next match. So at this point, I'm in losers. Apparently, for what I understand, I got another bye. So this match is against Infinity's Jin. This match, in my opinion, it wasn't bad, mainly because the Jin player wasn't. He was being way too respectful, like literally way too respectful. And you'll see, like he's just being way too respectful as a Jin player with a DP and options against my pressure. So, and you'll see, I'll try and bait burst, or not burst, but DP. Like I'm fine. I'm fine with this. It's not a big deal. Doesn't do Ice Oki. Does Frios does Snowflake Oki instead. I don't really care about Snowflake Oki too much. Nice anti-air 6B. Probably smart to burst because he would have died. So like he was playing neutral fine. but he just didn't take enough. He didn't take enough risks. He just kind of let me walk over him, considering that Jin has a DP and he has options to keep you in check on his Oki. Like everything else was fine. He just let me run his game. He just let me run game on Oki, and um, as Jin, you shouldn't let that happen. Like you have options. Am I dropping? No, I'm not gonna drop BB. There's no reason for me to drop BB because the scene, like there's enough people that play BB that I don't really have to drop BB. I can still play it along with other games. Um, though I will say after this year, I'm pretty sure it'll it won't be well, I don't know because with how BB tag is right now, um, that game is definitely not getting good press after the recent announcement. So I can't really say BB tag is going to take it over. So I can't really say too much on that aspect. But I don't plan on dropping it. I honestly I would think both BB, if you were to ask me, I would personally think Evo this year will have Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, and Dragon Ball in there for main lineups. Uh, I don't know. I don't like Xrd. I don't like the new balance patch doesn't really interest me at all because it's still Xrd. It doesn't do anything for me to want to come back to Xrd. So that's not happening. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, I don't really have much to say on this match. It kind of talks to yeah. Right there, I baited OD. That right there actually was my fault because I totally forgot that Jin's EA hits upward because most Jin players don't do EA. They they combo me. So that was me forgetting that his actually hits up. Goes for freeze mix up. Nothing crazy. Just tries to reset me with 5A, 2A. Like yeah, there's just a lot of instances he could have at least done EXDP. Wait, what in the world? Did he slide back? Oh, okay, he backdash. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, there's just a lot of instances he could have just bust out DP or EXDP, and like he would have kept me in check, or at least let me like think or slow down. But he just didn't. He didn't let it rock. That 6A was actually supposed to be 5A, but we won't say that. Like he just kind of let me run game. Like even if it wasn't a DP, he could have just 5-8, 2-8, tried something. Like he tried 2A, but like at that point, I was like, whatever. Like I don't 2A damage doesn't scare me. At this point, I just realized he's not going to do anything, so I just start going in. Like I don't care. He's already showed me he's not going to actually DP. So yeah, I just start doing stuff. Yeah, 6A. Who? Infinity? I think so. I think he did with Hyde. I believe so. Yeah, like I'm literally just hitting buttons. Like he has all this meter. He could have just literally EXDP, and I guarantee you one of those would have hit. Like there's so many points he could have EXDP'd. For BB, Kizzy won BB. It actually that grand final for BB was actually pretty good because it could have gone either way. In my opinion, Beta should have won. He had the winning combo, but then he dropped a hit, and that hit confirmed cost him the game. Um, Under Night, the Akatsuki player, I can't remember his name. The real good Akatsuki player won Under Night. But yeah, like this guy's he's sitting at like 95, sitting at 95. He has full meter. I've not seen one bit. I haven't seen a DP. I haven't seen EXDP. I haven't seen any of this yet. That was a nice pickup. And I guess I can see what you're saying. We're saying he's playing it like Under Night. But I mean, you're Jin, man. Like, let it rock. Oh, yeah. I hate the run grab whiffs. When you mean the run, you miss the run, so you just sit there and whiff and grab. Yeah, no DP, so whatever. Just hold these grabs. No DP, no attempt to jump out. Just hold these grabs. I mean, if it worked, why mix it up? Okay. And then the one time he actually DPs, he gets blown up for it. Like we were talking about this. Me and the AM guys were talking about this as we were watching this because every other time no DP, and then the one time he DPs, he gets blown up for it. So it's just like, well, fuck. Now I don't want to DP. Like the one time I actually try and call him out, he calls me out. So yeah, um, again, I didn't see a DP, so why stop? Like I didn't see a reason to stop. Yeah, the DP OS on his OD. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like he's not gonna DP ever again now. I ruined the man. I don't know. I feel like his pressure could be a little more. I actually missed the capture follow up off of that 2D. Um, like his pressure wasn't bad, but I feel like he wasn't pressuring more. Like he kind of just relegated to 2A pressure, which I guess is kind of that under night aspect of things. Dude, I can't tell you. Like never. Like I'm literally at this point I'm looking for DP again because I'm like, all right, he showed me he's going to try and DP, but he never did it again. Yeah, like like he had the pressure points. It's just the pressure kind of relegated to 2A most of the time. Like it wasn't bad pressure. It's just he didn't really mix it up outside of 2A. Like he didn't go for, in my opinion, he didn't go for enough throw mix-ups. Um, oh no, yeah, 13 Blades definitely with DP. He has no fear. Um, I'm actually mad I didn't get to play 13 Blades again because this pool actually was basically Combo Breaker 2017 because this pool had me, Isseropia, Flux, and 13 Blades all in the same pool, and we were all in the same pool at Combo Breaker. The only difference was that in that a Combo Breaker, 13 Blades made it out in losers, and Isseropia made it out in winners, I believe. No, 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 no. 13 Blades made it out in losers, and I actually don't even know who made it out in winners. That's how pissed off I was mentally with Combo Breaker. Because Isseropia knocked Flux in the losers, and I remember that because me and a bunch of others were watching, and I specifically wanted to watch this match because if the winner of this match played me, and I didn't know too much about Isseropia at the time. I just I didn't know. Like if you ask me about BB players, 9 times out of 10, I don't know who the hell most people are. Not that I don't care, just I don't like. Okay, so I don't care, but it's not an insult to the sense that I don't care who they are. It's just like I really don't pay attention to most players in BB. So I didn't know who Isropia was at the time, and we're watching his match, and mind you, he plays Tager. Tager new is shit for Tager. Like this match has never been good for Tager. Like it's gotten better, but that doesn't mean it's any better than what it was. Like he has options now, but they're not amazing options. So we're watching the match, and like Flux is kind of playing it right, but then there's just points where he just goes in. I'm like, why is he going in? Like you don't go in on Tager as new. Like you'll die in 2 hits. So he goes in and he gives up Isaropia a chance. And literally, like what happened was he got hit. Isaropia like resetted him, and obviously Flux didn't know what was going on because he got reset and he died. And when we saw Isropia win, I was just like, thank God, like I don't have to fight Flux. And then Isropia proceeds to beat me the next match. So I don't know who put Isropia in losers. I don't remember who else was in our pool, but I'm pretty sure somebody. I remember somebody who shouldn't have gotten out from winners got out from winners, and me, Flux, Isropia, and 13 Blades were all in losers. So it comes to the point again where Isopropia and Flux have double jeopardy. They play each other again, and I watch the match again. Flux loses again. He gets double jeopardy by Isopropia. And it was me and Genosave. We were watching it. We're just like, what is going on? Like, how do you lose this match? Like you don't need to know this matchup to know how to win it. You just stay away from Tager. Like you bait Spark Bolt and then you just run away. And yeah, like he beat Flux, and I'm just like, how in the world is this a thing? Like he double jeopardy Flux at that. That's like we were just mind blown by that for a bit. So I think then I don't know what happened. I think Isopropia had to play 13 Blades, and 13 Blades beat Isopropia. Then I played 13 Blades, and 13 Blades beat me. And I think the next match was to get out of that pool. Um, I wasn't even mad losing 13 Blades because 13 Blades is actually pretty good. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that pool was literally our combo breaker pool. So this match was against Bojack. Um, Apparently I swear I don't remember because I definitely don't remember playing Bojack online in the past. But we played sets online in the past, and it definitely, for what he's told me and from what I remember seeing, it definitely went differently than how we played casuals and this tournament set. Casuals before tournament, the tournament set, and the casuals after tournament. I don't know, like I whatever. I don't remember the sets, but they're up on YouTube, and yeah. So I wasn't really too mad losing to Bojack, because his Azrael is pretty fucking unga. Like he's just all over the damn place. Um, I don't mind the Azrael match. I'd rather not play it because we both want to do the same thing, which is get in close and hit buttons. It's just his buttons are better than mine on hit and block. Um, so here he gets blown up for the DP, as he should. Don't DP on bullet, especially Azrael. Like Azrael will swiftly lose all this health. As you see, that was a quick 7.3k into death. Had to apologize to Bojack for that murder. That right there, actually, going back, um, because 6C, 6C, Azure 6C can be beat by many things. Well, not really many things, but you can definitely challenge it with buttons, specifically 5A and 6B. 5A is probably the safer option. 6B works and you get a combo off it. You get a combo off of 5A. Like counter hit 5A, you could do counter hit 5A snap chance. Um, or you could do counter hit 5A dash. If they tech back, you could do snap chance and get the reset. You get the air tech, the air tech reset if they tech backwards. Ideally, you want the reset, and I default to the reset. But anyway, yeah. So where is it? This right here, I think. Um, yes, this right here. So if YouTube would stop effing up. So yeah, that was I got 6A. It was supposed to be a 5A, but I got 6A, and I got Fatal for it. And this is generally why I hate challenging 6C, because the reward, in my opinion, is definitely in his favor. He gets a Fatal. Even if he doesn't get much off the Fatal, he gets a Fatal, and he gets something into it, like at least corner carry or knock down the Oki, and that's what Azure wants. Um, and we have a, well, me and Bojack have a running joke about 6C and beating 6C, which I'm not going to go over right now because it's not really important. But yeah, that 6A was supposed to be a a 5A, not that, and I got fatal counter for it. Didn't get much off it, but he got corner carry, and I mean I don't want that. So Azrael's doing Azrael things, wilding out. I didn't wiggle out in time to beat the blue tech, but he dropped it anyway. Sentinel dumps. He actually has a really good Bojack does a really good use of Sentinel dump that I haven't seen anyone else really do. And this is one thing I didn't adapt quick enough. I didn't adapt quick enough to the fact that he was delay teching. I realized it too late, and I didn't adjust to just 5D his delay tech. And that, on top of me doing trying too hard to get in through the air, killed me in both sets that I had lost. After the first set I won. So does DP again, um, which at this point my whole safe jump setup is thrown off. Which good on Bojack to realize that you should not immediately emergency tech, or immediately tech on bullet knockdowns to throw off safe jump timings, thus beginning the stupid RPS that bullet has to endure. So I could not come back to the ground in time to or at least to OS with 2B, 5C if he did DP or Sentinel dump. Thus, which you see here, so you see me going up for the OS. He doesn't delay, and that was my fault for not going directly into it. Gets out, tries to DP again, um, because he's Azrael and Bojack doesn't care. So specifically here, I knew he had burst, so I didn't even bother doing 5C. I did 2B. I don't know why I did 2B. I should have did 5B. 5B jump cancel barrier to bait the burst. But instead, for some stupid reason, I did 2B and got the burst. I mean, it's fine, but just stuff to remember. Yep, he's still DPing. Like Bojack doesn't care. He's like he's gonna get hit by one of these. Unfortunately, Bojack does not know that I will bait DPs all day, so he's gonna eat this. He's gonna die for it because Bojack's wilding out. So I had to let him know that you can't do that because Bullet doesn't care. And Bullet with 2 heat and 50 meter, that's like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Bullet sucks though, guys. Bullet sucks. So at that point, we're just joking. Like, we're all joking because, damn near 8K. I don't, was I even active flow with that? Mind you, that wasn't active flow. Like, that wasn't active flow. Like, was there active flow ever in this whole combo? Because I swear, like, I don't normally get 8K. Okay, so there was active flow in the beginning. Yeah, I'm like, I normally don't get close to 8K, so there was active flow in the beginning. Yeah, so don't DP on Bullet. Don't DP on my Bullet. You can DP on the others. Don't DP on my Bullet. I'll make sure I take all that damage. So yeah. Um. So um, this match actually got interrupted thanks to Infinity and his pad being still connected. It was my fault for actually not remembering that Infinity played pad and desyncing his controller. So but thankfully it didn't interrupt during the match. It actually happened right after Azure won the first round. So it happened in a time that we didn't really have to restart the whole match. We just gave Azrael the first round. We just restarted the system, got Azrael the first round, and played it from there. So this point is when I started doing too many jump D delay, and after a while, Bojack started adapting, and he started entering me for it. He started 6Bing, and I realized he was trying to 6B. I kept trying to bait the 6B, but my spacing on the height of 6B was way off, and he kept tagging me from that high, and he kept getting all the fat damage. So at this point, I started panicking a little bit because Bojack's wilding out. He's just doing shit. Like, he's just doing Azrael shit. I just want him off me. And it's obviously not working out. He's dropping shit, but like, whatever. I hate that 3C goes under 6C. I think it's really stupid that 6C still tags me, but whatever. But yeah, like, Azrael's wilding out. He's headbanging. Yeah, at this point, yo, he's just like, fuck it. I'm a DP. What are you doing up there? Yeah, like, at that point, yeah, he got the read. I'm in the corner. Like, what's he gonna do? At that point, that's when Affinity fucked up and had the pad. Fuck up the. Well, it didn't really fuck it up. Like, it didn't really fuck it up. It just, it just threw. It just slowed down the match, if anything, which I don't care, personally. That stuff never really bothered me too much. Like, the match significantly slows down at this point. Like, you realize how much time it just took. So we give Azure the round. And we just play from there. Like, at this point, like, I'm not playing enough ground game. I beat Gustav to punish. I don't know what he hit. Didn't matter. He got counter hit for it. Probably tried the 5A. Okay. And burst. And one thing I'm not doing enough of in this match, at least from full screen, is 3C'ing Gustav. Because 3C goes under Gustav. There's at least 3 times, like right here, I could have done 3C and got Fatal. Probably at that range, I probably could have got a Fatal. Yeah, I definitely could have got Fatal at that range and blew him up for doing Gustav. And then there's another one in the last set, last round, where he does Gustav full screen. And I don't know what I did, but I didn't do 3C, and I should have did 3C because I should have known Gustav was coming at full screen because it's Azrael. And I did 3C. I think I jump buried or I did something that wasn't 3C. So yeah, there's one thing I need to do more is 3C Gustav. Yeah. Okay, block. He's wilding out again. Tries to go for dash mix-ups. I should have let it rip. I should have let it rip right there. I'm actually don't remember what I think why I didn't rip. I didn't let I didn't let EA go there is because I expected him to backdash to bait the EA. I didn't expect him to do 6C in my fucking face. So yeah, at that point I just wanted him to calm the fuck down and chill for a sec. And I OD'd and expected him to backdash. Hence for why I did not let EA rip. Otherwise I would have let it rock. Yeah, so at that point, like, I don't even know why he did it at that point. Like, that point, that was like panic mode. Because I thought he was going to come in. Then he backdashes. So, yeah. Again, he starts wilding out with 6C. Like, 6C is a very annoying button for anyone. In my opinion, for Bullet, because you take the risk of trying to challenge it with 5A or 6B. And you get a fatal for it. So, here, another fuck up. So I think what my mind thought was that I hit 2A. So I was like stuck because I didn't see barrier. I didn't see barrier come out. So I figured I was stuck in the 2A animation. And then last minute I realized, oh shit, I actually wasn't stuck in 2A. And I could have done, let's go through the options here. So I could have done DP. I could have done 720. 720 would have ate that. He would have been dead. Do I have heat too? I definitely have to heat too. So yeah, I could have 720. He'd have been dead. I could have DP'd. I don't think he would have died, even with the super, but I would at least have gotten the life leap back with uh with um with a meaty fireball. And he wasn't gonna get he wasn't gonna get OD back, even though he had active flow. So yeah, this was actually my fault because that could have been my round if I had 720 or DP'd. At the very least DP'd. I would have at least gotten him to not get out free. And if I did 720, he'd been dead. We go on to the next round. So yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault for not reacting quick enough. I hate that. I hate that 5D change so much. So yeah, that could have been my round, but it wasn't my round because of my lack of awareness, quick awareness. Five. So let's talk about 5A. Or not really specifically 5A, but just moves like 5A, like Azrael's 5A, Susan's 6B. These moves that look like they shouldn't hit low profile moves, but they fucking grab shit from the ground. So this 5A specifically, this stupid. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Or hold on. Let me see if I can get so you can see the mouse, even though you already can see what I'm talking about here. So this 5A specifically hit my 2B. 2B low profiles. It does not low profile moves such as 5A and Susan's 6B. Moves that shouldn't hit low profile move because look at the fucking move. It shouldn't hit that low to the ground, but somehow it's there. So yeah, that was a 2B to punish specifically this move, and I got punished for it, you know. But whatever. That's that's just how it is. So yeah. Um I got the right read. I get punished for it. Thanks. So we're in the corner. I didn't tech. Stupid me. It's all good. I expected a backdash because it's actually an RPS game with Azrael on 2C Afterburner. Or any knockdown that isn't DP. It's a guess for Bullet because she can dash up. She can dash up. You can 5A OS with 2B. You're not going to really get anything except maybe if he blocks, you get 5A or you get 2A, 2B chain. If he backdashes, well, 2A, 2B is not going to come out. You're going to get 5A, and 2B is not going to be able to reach him at that range for the backdash. Um, if I don't do 2A and I do 2B, if I do dash 2B, I will tag the backdash, but I can't do anything from that range except for super. And that's not really worth it because bullet super doesn't do any damage. So the most I can get from punishing Azure backdash if I do dash 2B is 2B. If he DPs, well, in low profiles, so surprisingly enough, DP doesn't hit 2B, but 5A does. So 2B, low profiles, DP, and he eats 7k. Um, if he does Sentinel Dump, then I do 2B 5C OS. Like you see all these RPS options that I have to deal with on Afterburner or any option that isn't DP into Safe Chop. It's like 4 or 5 different options, so it's an RPS game. So I decided to go with 2B because I expected a backdash, any burst. Like it's not a big deal. You see Bojack trying to do 6B to catch my jump D to my jump D stalls in the air. Me trying to punish with 2B and not having any luck. I didn't recognize the Sentinel dump, so I didn't get the punish. I was walking forward like a dummy and let him just stomp on my toes. I actually stopped. I think when I stopped, I realized, and I was like, well, fuck, and he just sat on my toes. Yeah, I recognized it too late, and that's yeah. At that point, Azure starts wilding out again. Tried to DP, gets fatal for it. I burst to keep him in the corner. 2B under the 5C. At this point, I didn't want to do snap because I didn't want to risk the chance of dropping double snap despite Azrael being a big body and it being a lot easier on him. I just didn't want him to get out the damn corner. Like at this point, I have the heat. Like I just afterburner. I don't need to be picky getting an extra little bit of damage. Let me just keep him in the corner and keep him there because that's where I want him to be. I want him to be in his nice little home and just eat the safe jump mix up. But again, he doesn't immediately get up. And that's my fault for again not realizing the previous games that he was not going to immediately tech into the safe jump mix-up because Bojack already knows the safe jump OS and all the nonsense that goes on behind that. So that was my fault for not either 2A, 2Aing him to pick him up, or just sitting there and 5D'ing him, which I ended up doing in casuals afterwards and calling him out, but not doing it when it mattered, aka tournament. So gets out, more 6As, 6Bs, or not 6As, 6Cs and 6Bs. At that point, you see me, you see him actually adjusting the timing on 6B to beat out Jump D, and after this 6B at least, that's when I started trying to bait out 6B with Jump D delay. And my spacing apparently was off because Azure was reaching for the sky. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm good, I got it right. But like he has the right timing and he's just reaching for the sky and he still hits me and gets to confirm off of it because you can jump cancel 6B. So um so I'm on him off me, get some space. I don't care about the growler. So right here, another screw up was I threw Flint, knowing he was going to Growler. Should have known he was going to Growler. Um, at one point, I was like, all right, I'm going to run up capture because he's going to throw it back to me. Obviously, like he's probably like, why would he throw a fireball at me, you stupid idiot? So he Growlers. So I dash. I saw the Growler. So at that point, I was like, all right, I'm going to do another dash and capture just to get closer. And I hit 5B. At that point, like he actually waited a bit before he threw the fireball back because at that point, after the second dash, I didn't see the fireball. So I was like, all right, well, I can continue the dash and just punish him in his face. But he actually delayed throwing back the fireball, henceforth, while the dash, wait a sec, 5B. So now I'm in the Unga mix-up. I'm getting all types of mixed up, left, right, high, low, all this stupidity, Azro shit. Yeah, I actually don't know what the hell happened here. I don't know why I dashed forward. Now looking back at it, I don't know exactly what I was trying to do. I think this is another RPS situation where I thought he was going to backdash because, most Azraels backdash on start. So that's my fault for not just fucking letting him have his space and just jump back barriering. So I get tagged by 3C. Stupid me. Already like at 30% health. 30% health lost. And now weak points all over me. I'm just like, all right, I need you to chill. So I call him out with the DP. No IB needed because there's a gap between 5BB, a slight gap at least. At this point, I'm just trying to get away. Yeah, you see right here. This is where I'm trying to bait out 6B. Like I'm trying to get space, but I know he's going to try in 6B. So I do the jump D stall, bait out the 6B, but because Azure moves back, I didn't get I tried to do like a slight micro dash 2B, but I mean, I got track legs, but not you see the range. I still not anywhere near Azure's legs. Any back dashes anyway, so it's like whatever. So again, the Unga starts again. 6C's coming. Does another 6B. Recovers actually really quickly from 6C. Thus, I was not expecting the 6B. And I eat this fat ass counter hit combo. At this point, it's just like, yeah, I gotta hold it. I don't even bother bursting. It's no point of bursting. Didn't bother ODing at that point. Bait out the DP. I think I screwed up. I think I screwed up this one. I didn't get the punish. No. So I didn't have heat, and I did the wrong route. So I got the 5C fatal punish, but I screwed up by doing 6D, 6D snap. I should have did 6D, 5B, 6C, 6B, jump C, jump D to get the second heat. Ideally, what I should have did was did OD, pop OD after the 6D confirms. So basically 5C fatal, 6D, OD. So 5C fatal, 6D, OD cancel into snap, into bullshit damage, into super for more bullshit damage. But I screwed up and did fucking snap, and I don't really get much off of Heat 1 snap, and I screwed that up. So that was my fault. That was a lot of damage left on the table. that I left damage on the table and I got him out the corner, which if you've seen the past few matches, all the games that I've done, I kept him in the corner. So that literally was my fault and my stupidity and brain farting on that aspect of the match. And that probably honestly would have, if I actually didn't screw that up, that probably would have gone to my, that round would have probably been mine. So looking back at both of these two, actually, you could have seen both rounds would have been, at least the last round would have been mine, and this round would have been at least closer to even, as opposed to where the life deficit is now. Um, I expected Phantom X, but I didn't run through it. I think I was still brain farted from that combo here. So I just sat there instead of just running through it. This is another point where I know he's going to do Gustav, but I don't actually do 3C. So he's doing Fan Lex. He's got me in the corner. Like, get tagged by 2B. Yeah, at some point he gets full strength. So I have to eat this one. Yeah, I have to eat this. I thought I was going to meet him. Let the EA rip, because, you know, I saw the Sentinel actually. I saw Sentinel dump. So this is active flow version. So get good old fat damage. He's back in the corner. Get 4K damage. Now, looking at this setup actually, after the exceed, he doesn't immediately tech. I should have let the 5D go because I mean he was going to eat it. If I let the 5D go, he would have ate it. He would have ate it. He would have got burst back, but I would have been able to bait it because I have meter. So looking at this situation, I actually could have just let 5D rip. He would have got caught. He'd have got caught. So there's again several options. I could have let 5D rip, 5D snap chance into super. He'd have been dead. He wouldn't have been able to burst anyway. He would have had his burst for the next round, but he wouldn't be able to burst that combo to take that set. I could have done 5D DP, slam, RC, because more than likely he would try and burst to take the round to get it over with, and then killed him for it. If he didn't burst, then I just wasted meter and I just picked him up and probably would have still been, well, no, he'd have been dead. He'd have been dead. He probably would have been dead from the slam. So yeah, regardless of whatever route I took, he would have been dead. If I did 5D snap super, he'd have been dead. Can't burst it. If I did 5D DP slam, he'd have been dead before. He would have got the burst back, but he would not be able to burst the slam because he'd be dead. Had he been able to burst the slam, I would have rapid. He'd have been sitting there looking like a dummy, and I just killed him with like the next hit, like because the burst does a lot of damage. The DP burst slam does a lot of damage. So even if he happened to be alive, I just RC. I would just RC the actual follow up, and if he bursts, just hit him. If he didn't burst, just hit him. Like he'd have been dead. So horrible, horrible recognition on, horrible recognition on my end to close out. Specifically this round, because this round would have at least kept me in for another round. So it was actually really bad on my end to recognize that he just could have, you know, died from me doing 5T. So actually looking back at both of these matches like this, I actually saw more than I did when we looked at these matches. Um, I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning when we looked back at these matches. So yeah, I actually saw more, at least specifically in the match against Bojack. I saw a lot more than just me not playing a solid ground game. There was a lot of points that I could have at least finished the round or at least evened up the health difference to be at least a little more favorable or to close the gap, to close the round. So this is actually this is why we go back and we analyze matches so that we can see things that we don't see or see if other people see things that you don't see so we can question these and make sure it doesn't happen again. Proofreading 101. So, I'm actually not mad at the matches at Bojack because those were actually really fun matches, and there's nothing to be mad about, honestly. Like, there's nothing to be mad about at Bojack. If anything, just more to be upset at myself for not being able to close out a lot of those rounds in both the Bojack and Flux matches. A lot of those rounds definitely could have ended with me either taking that set or at least getting that round to go to another round to possibly get another set, which seems to be the case for both of the both Bojack and Flux matches where the match was mine, but I did either the wrong route or I didn't do the optimal option to close out a round. So I guess the biggest thing to take away for me at least for these sets that I lost is closing out rounds because these weren't bad matches. Like I mean, I could have made the adjustments had I another round or another set, but a lot of these matches came down to not closing the round in the most optimal way. Like, or at least they started in the optimal way, but I chose the wrong option, thus leading to me losing the round because just like specifically the Flux one where I got the 5D, I could have OD'd and killed him because New has no health and I had enough meter and enough damage off of 5D confirmed to get the kill. And for Azrael, same thing, being able to do 5D, just letting 5D rip to get to confirm to kill him to at least go to another round. So, in my opinion, I mean this is better than I actually expected because I actually didn't expect to find more going back to look at this again, but slowing it down and then trying to explain everything and looking at the match while I explain what's going on showed actually more that I missed as opposed to what I initially saw. So I should probably do this actually a lot more. The problem is I just need people to actually record my matches because I don't always expect Mr. Master Crash to be at every tournament I'm at, but it definitely helps to go back and check these matches out because I definitely saw more than I expected. So I don't really have anything else to review. I don't think he put up the matches of the other AM guys. I would actually love to review those matches, but I don't think he put them up yet. Yeah, yeah, there were a lot of points where you drop combos, um, that in your at least in your favor could have definitely gotten either more damage or been a more favorable setup in the Oki situation for you. Oh no, no problem, man. I'm always down. I actually don't mind critiquing and analyzing matches as long as I understand what's going on. And I, at least for me, at least for my matches specifically, um, I always love looking back at it, but because I don't actually ever sit down, in this case like this, I don't ever sit down and look at it for others or with others to look back and see what actually is going on. Um, I never really go back to look at other matches. You know what? Because I don't even feel like playing right now, and I mean, I do have to go to bed soon for work. I'm not even gonna bother playing. I'm actually gonna go back and see if I can find some of my other matches, some of my older matches, and see if we can you know what? Let's go back to the monthly. Let's go back to that's actually perfect. Let's go back to a monthly match. Let's not have Twitchception. I have the Twitch app open, but I don't want to put that on stream because then that's going to be Twitchception. Let me go to Twitch. See if I can see if I can not kill you guys' ears with the Twitch sound. Um I'll probably go for like another hour or so because I still have to get ready for work and bed and all that junk. So yeah, let's go back to actually this like 2 weeks ago when we had a monthly. As you can see, I was looking at these matches. Um, Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit. I don't wanna over talk. I don't wanna over talk me and C Hill's commentary. Doo. This me. This is me. I think this is the first. Did I? I think my first match on stream was against Tony. I think it was. I don't remember. Let's find out. Actually, no, I don't think it was. I think that was like my second match. No, maybe it was. Actually, I think that actually was. That's unfortunate. Well, there's more matches we can go back and look at. And the second that losers final match with Mystic actually is a good it's a good match to actually go back and look at honestly because that for me at least that was mentally draining because it was extremely neutral heavy. I'm fine with playing neutral, but that actually was extremely draining for me, and that's saying a lot considering I don't mind playing neutral and I don't mind playing long drawn out fights, but that shit was draining. Oh my goodness. Um, those sets definitely killed me a bit. The first meeting wasn't as bad. It's the losers finals that killed me a bit. So Jubei, let's talk about Jubei for a bit here because Jubei definitely doesn't get enough rep. I personally think Jubei is pretty decent. Um, and good shit on Elyon for repping Jubei and winning. I didn't know he won KIT with Elyon. Again, I when it comes to paying attention to people with BB, most times I have no fucking clue what people are doing unless I actually am actively looking for someone or something. So I have no clue who is what is who, unless people tell me or say something because I just don't know. So I didn't know anything about Elion until this past weekend. Doza told me he had won KIT because I didn't even know. No one even told me BB was at KIT. I would have watched it. I didn't know. Um, I didn't even know if it was streamed. But yeah, apparently Elion won Jubei with won KIT with Jubei, and yeah, I personally didn't think Jubei was ever bad. Like maybe he wasn't busted like every other DLC character was that came out that wasn't named S or Mai or Terumi. But this character definitely has tools to compete. I just think people are too quick and hasty on the character. I mean that 2B's kind of got like 2B what? It's like +5 on hit as far as fuck. Like that's a footsie tool. Like come on, man. And then his buttons are all over the place. Jump B is stupid. Jump B honestly is Makoto's old jump B on counter hit, where you're just floating in the air, just falling until you hit the ground. Like it's stupid. +2. All right, yeah. So I know it's plus. I was like, I know it wasn't something stupid like +5, but like it's +2. It's really good. It's a real good poke. It's a real good footsie tool. It's a low. Couple that with his dash, his dash forward cancel thing. Like it's damn near full screen low. That's plus. It gets him in. Um, he has decent buttons. He only gets better with install. His pressure gets extremely better with install because he doesn't have to commit to Rekkas. He can just do Rekkas. He can do one Rekka to keep it safe. His mix up gets better because he can actually cancel his Rekkas, his mix ups into high low mix ups. Um, this character, I just think he hasn't been fully explored yet, in my opinion, which is, if you ask me, which I think is a lot of the cast. I think a lot of the cast hasn't been fully explored. I mean, look at Bullet. I still think people haven't looked at Bullet enough to really warrant a fair opinion. On top of many people aren't playing Bullet, so people don't know. But I'm not that sounds like a whole different discussion for a whole different day for a whole different stream. So we're just gonna start the match. Case in point, I think Jubei is really underrated. He's small. He's got good buttons. He has solid pressure. Um, you know, he's stupid. He's small. He has drawbacks. Like he's always in crouch state. Like that's a drawback, but like whatever. You gotta catch him first. He has no Oki. He has no wake up. Excuse me. His wake up is non-existent. But I mean, you see how hard he's going in. It doesn't really need it. Like once he gets started, he kind of doesn't have to play against that game. So Mystic has been hyped for this character. He's one of those people that's been hyped for this character, wanting to play this character since he's been introduced to the series. So I'm glad to see that he is at least sticking with Jubei. Um, those small slowdowns is due to the stream. If I had known those slowdowns were happening during the stream, I would have at least addressed it. But you can't catch these things if nobody says anything. Um, Another thing about this stream, we gotta find better. We gotta place the we gotta place the borders or the camera borders somewhere else because reading the meter is actually it's you can't even read the meter once it goes past like 78 like 80%. You can't see if they have full meter or not with this outline. It just covers the screen. It just covers the meter. So like people like Hakumen or who else? I think Tsubaki might also play a small role because I think it's on that side of the screen. Like those it just screws things up. Anyway, um so Bullet Jubei. I haven't played this match enough, honestly, to really gauge how it goes. I think it's pretty even. If you had to ask me now, I'd say it's pretty even. Like they both excel at something. They both have options. They both want to do the same thing. They want to get in and pester you. It's just Jubei has actual buttons that are like in his favor to keep the pressure on his side. You can't really challenge him. He kind of frame trap you and whatnot. They both have real good two Bs. Wow, this is actually pretty bad. I swear it wasn't this bad last time I watched it. Um, so yeah, like Jubei has to take more risk getting in, get started. Like once he's knocked down, um, once Jubei is knocked down, like he has to take the bullying from Bullet. Bullet can meaty Jubei with instant jump D. So let's actually talk about the jump D meaty on Wake Up because this is actually extremely good on a lot of the cast, specifically Jubei, Mai, um, who else? Jubei, Mai, I guess New in the corner. I guess Izanami in the corner. Kind of nine, but you have a better OS to cover nine's DP. But specifically Jubei and Mai really can't do anything about meaty jump D after DP knockdown because they have well specifically Jubei. Jubei doesn't have an option. His wake up is shit. He has to block on wake up. If he delay techs, he gets caught. If he delay tech rolls, he gets caught. If he immediately techs, he has to eat a meaty jump D. And if he insta blocks it, he still can't do anything about it. If he doesn't insta block it, then I mean it's meaty. It explains itself. If he sits on the ground, then he's going to get caught by jump D. So it covers all his already shit options on the wake on knockdown. Um, Same thing with Mai. I actually have a video on it with Mai where it covers it covers backflip, it covers it covers both spear supers. What I'm finding out now is that the armor spear super it doesn't cover in the corner, but it covers mid screen. But most will default to backflip or the up spear super, and it covers both of those. It counter hits backflip, it counter hits backflip, and counter hits up spear because it hits them on frame one. Like you'll see it, like you'll do the inputs and you'll see it say counter hit, and yeah. So in this case, Jubei has to block. He has to block, otherwise he's going to get snapped. He's going to get snatched. Um, so yeah, specifically this matchup, like from the little bit I played from Mystic, um, it's very neutral based. Like you both do the same thing. You want to do the same thing. It's just Jubei has better. There's that freaking annoying jump B. Um, Jubei has better options to get started for the fact that he has 2B, which is plus. My 2B is minus 4. Um, on top of that, he has the command dash, which damn near throws 2B full screen. On top of 2B being a jackrabbit cat normal, it extends so far that it, like I said, it's damn near full screen low. That's plus on block. Um, 6B hit him out of jump D, which actually kind of caught me off guard, but I was able to recognize and confirm off of it. Decided not to do anything but a meaty charge Flint, and specifically for that, um, I mean, here's my philosophy with OD, specifically on Bullet because I only play Bullet right now. Um, I do not give two shits about OD into EA. If you want to waste OD into EA on Bullet, I'm a-okay with that because that just means when I get a clean hit, you are eating minimum 5k that you have to hold into Oki. I will take that OD every time if it means I have to get up and reset neutral. I'm a-okay with that. If you feel you want to OD in EA or you want to OD and punish me, and you don't kill me, I'm perfectly fine with that because I will get back up and I will be disrespectful as fuck and overhead you as if I just didn't get hit with an EA. I don't care. I can't do it mid screen. Um, you don't get it mid screen, which is why I didn't do it there. If I do it mid screen, it's an RPS. I have to guess then because it doesn't cover both roles and it covers delay and quick tech. But yeah, it doesn't cover both roles. Like it'll cover like I think it covers back rolls, but it doesn't cover forward rolls. So that's why I don't do it mid screen. Like on a lot of the casts, I you could do it mid screen, but that's if they're not going to roll forward or roll back. Most people will just either neutral tech or they'll just tech. But it's a little tricky. It's a little more trickier to set up mid screen because I have to jump forward to make sure I'm close enough to catch what would be a neutral tech or a delay tech, and then if they roll forward or back, I don't cover both options. So I just go for so mid screen. I just go with fireball. Like I'm okay with doing fireball, and like I said, I'm okay if they're gonna OD to EA. Like okay, like whatever. It's one less thing I have to worry about when I get an overhead or I get a clean hit and you can't burst or it's one less thing you have to challenge with bullets. Pressure. So yeah, like I'm okay with doing Flint. They're doing EA or doing ODE, like whatever. You feel you want to do that? That's cool. Just realize now you have to take like 5 to 6k damage into Oki. That's all I'm saying. Um, and I mean like I have health to spare. I don't care. So I don't know why I rolled back there because that's obviously the corner. You don't roll in the corner. Oh, let's actually go back here. Specifically this setup. Not really a setup, just what I've been doing lately. Um, so yes and no. You can do fireball, but again, right there, let's go back to that situation actually. You run the risk of eating OD into EA. It's just something I have to test out actually because not in this situation because in this situation you're stuck. Like you're stuck. If they have OD and they EA, you're stuck. But there's other situations where you're doing pressure and you get in your block string in like 5C in the flint or 5C2, the first hit of 2C in the flint. And if they're barriering, it pushes you back far enough that if they stop barriering OD and EA, they'll get clipped by flint shooter before they're able like either they'll get clipped before by flint shooter before EA hits me or before EA animation like during the EA invincibility it'll run out and it'll clip them and I get the combo or it hits me. But I keep forgetting to test the spacing or when to do that because if I do it, most times I do it, they ODEA. But there are instances where I've done it and I'm right outside the range of their EA and I do charge flint and charge flint tags them after the invincibility of the EA runs out. Mid screen, Um, in this situation with the meaty, I can't do anything about it. Once I do the flint shooter, I'm committed to them doing OD EA and I'm eating that damage because like I can't do anything. Um, why is it so slow? Um, it goes through them. So yeah, if I try and back up and they immediately tech, like I won't it won't meaty because I lose my extra frames to do anything. So I wish it would stop. Yeah. So keep going, come on, come on, come on. Oh, keeps trying to go back. What the fuck? Keep going back. Oh, I guess it's just going to not go back here. Yeah. All right. So whatever. Mid screen, I could just do jump COS. I mean, I could just do jump COS, or I could just do I could do 2A 2B. 2A will catch them if they stay on the ground. Oh, meaty. So meaties stand for basically on this in this specific in this specific case, when they wake up, if they're not blocking, they get hit by whatever move that they're stuck in. So basically, it's basically to cover them from doing anything on their wake up. They have to block on wake up. If they don't block on wake up, then they get hit by whatever normal or special that's covering them from trying to hit a button, and you get a free combo. Basically, say like in this situation, look at like Flint Shooter. I do Flint Shooter on their wake up. If they don't block, they get hit. The reason they get hit is because, well, Flint Shooter is right on top of them and it's still in its active frames. If they hit a button, they get hit. If they don't hit a button, they block. But the difference here is that because they're blocking Flint and they're blocking Flint at a point I'm going to recover quicker than I would if I didn't have them block Flint, say as soon as it came out. It basically makes it easier for me, the person who set up the meaty, to recover quicker to continue pressure. I'm doing really bad at explaining this, but I'm trying my best to like not overcomplicate it. Basically, so I know you know a little bit about frames because we talked about it Saturday. Basically, it's if you want to put it in like lamest terms, it's just allowing you to recover quicker to not it allows you to recover quicker and continue pressure without having to say just that's not really a good way to say it. So how would I want to explain this to you in a like a not a overcomplicated way? Basically, I don't know. I mean, basically, it's just saying in this case the fireball hits them as soon as they wake up. They have to take the fireball, and you know there's recovery on fireballs. Um, yeah, there you go. It basically allows me to recover, or in this sense, it reduces the amount of frames it takes for me to recover. Thus, in this case, it makes me more advantage as opposed to just letting him get up and it makes he has to block the fireball, and since the fireball is already out, I'm recovering as he's recovering into the fireball. I've recovered as soon as he eats the fireball. I've recovered and I can move forward. I have advantage at that point. I can continue pressure or I can back up if I want to. If that fireball isn't meaty, or if I'm doing the fireball like immediately after, like say in this case, if I'm do 5C fireball, I'm not safe. I give up my turn. Like I'm minus, I think I'm minus, what am I, minus two, I believe. I can't remember the, no, I think I'm like minus five. I'm minus five, if I'm something like that. I'm like minus five after 5C Flint. Um, Garrett's definitely doing a better job of explaining it to me in the chat there. Um, if it comes up again, if it's this is not really a good situation since he just did OD into EA, which is generally so. Yeah, if you don't have an invincible move, you don't have to respect meaties to some extent, or at least Fireball. But yeah, I don't want to go too deep into that because meaties are relatively the same in most fighters, but they are a bit different in other fighters. But specifically here, as Garrett's saying in the chat, it's basically just allowing you to set up. Yeah, basically, it's a setup. Like that's lamest terms. It's a setup. It's a setup to allow you to be more safe, and still continue pressure on the wake up. Like that's just the lamest way of saying it. I'm just doing a really bad explaining it because I don't really have anything to show you to explain it, and I'm just eyeballing it and winging it. Um, I don't remember why we went back there, but yeah, I think we went because of the fireball. You were talking about mid doing something better. I could have done jump C. I could have done jump C OS. Wait, I do afterburner or did I do DP? See, look at me. I did. Oh, I can't tell because it won't go back any further. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Oh, did we get this far? We didn't get this far. Man, whatever. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. That's why. I'm like, what the hell? My bad. Oh, now it's not gonna go back. Man, you know what? Whatever. Case in point, there definitely are other options, but it's an RPS mid screen. Like the optimal safe jump mid screen is jump C after DP. But the thing with ending it mid screen on DP, you don't get heat. So for me specifically, I want heat. If I'm going mid screen, if I know I can't take you to the corner, but I know you're mid screen, either I'm going to take you to the corner, I'm going to get you close to the corner, or I'm going to do a knockdown and an afterburner to get heat, and then I'm going to take you to the corner. Um, I don't really do DP mid screen unless I have heat too to waste, or if it's going to kill. But DP offers the best Oki, but I don't get heat. Capture doesn't really offer you much outside of corner carry, and you don't get heat. And Afterburner offers you heat with like subpar Oki. But I was trying to see what option I did on Oki so I could actually answer your question better. But I don't even know where it is now, so I'm just gonna keep going. And Twitch is acting up. So I'm definitely gonna have to do like more of these streams because this is taking actually longer than I expected for one match. So anyway, yeah, I don't think this match is that crazy for Bullet. I think it's relatively even. They both have options. They both have weaknesses. The end. That's about as much as I got for you there. Um, yeah, I think there I definitely messed up letting the command grab go. I usually don't just do command grab and don't do the follow up in the corner. Ooh, chase down. So in this match, at least, wow, good lord, what happened? Specifically in this match, 2B bullets 2B checks Jubei's command dash. This itty bitty thing. You can't see my mouse cursor. No. Let me see if I can get my cursor. That's what I was trying to do. So yeah, so Bullet does a good job of challenging Jubei's run because his run gets blown up by lows. Bullets 2B is a low. Or just low hitting attacks. I could do 2A, but 2B is way better because it's more range and it's a low. 2A is not a low and is not nearly as far. So ideally, 2B would be the go-to option in this case, since most of the times he would be doing the run would be kind of like that mid to full screen range. And I mean, he has to do a backdash afterwards. He has to do a backdash afterwards, or he has to do a backdash to get it going anyway. So it's kind of somewhat predictable, not too much when he gets install, because I believe he can cancel his overhead from it, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. How do I get the mouse? Whatever. It's not that serious. I just know it was pretty straightforward the last time I saw it to get the mouse to show on the monitor. Oh, here it is. This is my damn face. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this stupid command dash Naruto run is the command dash. What are you saying? Probably, yeah. Now thinking about it, rather than going for Fireball Oki mid screen, just because, Jubei's wake up options are like not there. And yeah, it will beat OD. So I wish this thing would like stop acting up. So yeah, this itty bitty little thing, the backdash and the command run, is susceptible to lows. So like I said, bullets 2B checks that most of the times. Most of the times. I believe it's when it's an install where he gets stupid crazy like full screen overheads and whatnot because he can do drive nonsense off of it. But yeah, so Bullet can check this with 2B before he even gets started. And of course, I didn't do it here. I tried to jump. Um, that's what I want to see. That's crazy. Sometimes that GP is retarded. Um, yeah, it probably would be better just to do DP mid screen to get Oki. Oh, going back to this setup. So after Rage Aggressor, which is Bullet Super, this thing right here, where she damn near breaks her arm to blow up your chin. Um, Flint, Flint, immediate Flint afterwards. If they tech in place, it's it's again a meaty. If they delay tech, meaty, or rather not a meaty, but it'll hit them because of delay tech. If they roll forward, they roll into the fireball. If they roll back, as you're seeing here, it just chases them. Like it just covers space. But if they jump over it, I can react to them jumping over. If they jump back, well, I'm just going to gain space. So that's always been there for Bullet since CP 1.0. What I have to test more of on certain characters like Jubei, I believe 6D, immediate 6D after Rage Aggressor is a meaty. I was testing it over the weekend, and I was testing it on Jin. It doesn't work on Jin because Jin has a DP, so I don't think it works on DP characters like Jin, Ragna, um, Celica. But I have to test it more because it definitely meaties. It definitely meaties um, if you neutral tech in place, and it chases you down if you back roll. If you forward roll, I believe you get smacked. Back roll, if you block it. I believe it's meaty. Uh, if they neutral tech an OD, I believe it's meaty because when I did it with Jin and I did EA, I recovered in time to block EA. So I believe if they neutral tech EA or neutral tech OD EA, it's meaty, or not meaty, but it recovers in time to block the EA. If they roll back, it's still meaty, and now I'm in your face, and I just push you forward to the further to the corner. If you neutral tech, then it's meaty. Don't quote me on that. I'm still testing it out. I'm pretty sure it does work just on non-DP people. So it'd be really good on Jubei if that does work since he doesn't have a wake up. Moving forward. Um, I mean, I didn't really have to do too much in this match at that point. Like I had the life lead. Um, I don't have to overextend. I just had to like not get hit by this. Yeah, and not get opened up by high-low mix-ups. This is when Jubei actually becomes a problem because, um, he gets to cancel Rekkas and gets to do high-low mix-ups. And if he cancels Rekka, one Rekka, he's safe or relatively safe. Like, but that's the guess. Is he going to do high low at that point? Is he going to keep going? Is he going to stop right there? Um. Anyway. Okay, yeah. So I did DP. So yeah, I probably should have just did jump C, jump C OS instead of going for fireball. Usually that 6A. I'm sure that 6A or that whatever it is 3A was an accident because Jubei parry is kind of I hate the motion for Jubei parry. It's a weird command. Normal. That at least the input that they put it for. Um, that's what I wanted to go back to. This before we went too far back. This bit right here. So what I've been doing lately, I've been trying to bait more reversals or more ODs with 4D. Yeah, 4D, which is the drive cancel. This right here. So can I slow it? I can slow this down too, right? Um, yes. So 5D obviously is the obvious drive, but now in this game, 4D, you can't 5D and cancel 5D with 4D by just doing 4D after hitting 5D. You have to commit to the cancel. So this is actually me holding 4D instead of what Bullet used to do before CF, which was 5D, hold it, and then do 4D, and then cancel it, since 5D automatically goes once you let it rock. Um, so what I've been experimenting more with is trying to bait out overdrives with 4D when I have them in the corner pressured when they're expecting to reversal. And what I found out this weekend, or probably this weekend, I believe, is which is another thing I have to test more on, is um, if they do OD during my 4D, I think I think the freeze messes with the inputs of 4D that I can do 5D. I can actually go back to 5D and let it rock because I definitely caught someone doing overdrive during my 4D cancel. The overdrive went, the freeze made it so that I could let go of 4D and just hold 5D, which is neutral D, like just D, and he let EA rip, and I blew up his EA with drive. So I have to test that out more to see if that's actually real or not, because it definitely ignored the EA, and I definitely was baiting it out with 4D, but then the freeze allowed me to get 5D and blow up his EA. So, but that's a whole different situation. But this situation specifically is another thing that I've been doing more of, which is doing 4D. And this is more at this point. This is more of conditioning the opponent to jump back. Um, so I do 4D. Um, he's obviously jumping. At this point, I understand he's trying to jump back. He's trying to jump back barrier because he's expecting 2D. He's expecting 2D, which jump back barrier will completely nullify. And if I do 6D, it hits him, but I mean, I don't get anything off it because he's in the air and he's jump back bearing. So what I've been experiencing more of is trying to condition them to start doing jump back bear or to jump, which in case I cancel, dash forward, and snap. Sadly didn't work here, but that's the general idea of more of the mind games of 5D or just drive in general when you have them conditioned to either OD or hit a button or jump out. Just another layer that is added and incorporated into the booty butt tech. Um, Even though that thing has a big hitbox, it didn't grab Jubei. And I think more so because he was more in front of me, or more, I guess in this case now behind me, rather than right vertically above me. Which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it just kind of reset. It's kind of reset neutral, or not really reset neutral. Just kind of reset spots. Just now I'm in the corner, which it's not a big deal. Just you know, it just didn't work out. Okay, install, keep it safe. And to get started, stupid pressure. Jubei in the corner with install is really annoying. I burst because it's the last round, and I would have died if I did not burst. Heat up. because I'm about to kill him. This confirm. I definitely could have got more damage here. This is actually when I was just learning getting used to the combo that Prog from the Bullet Discord um, had posted up a few weeks back on six B counter hit confirms in the air, specifically like here, like counter hit 6B into 6D. What I should have done, which I've been doing more of now, is charge Flint. So I do 6B counter hit 6D. Here I would do charge Flint, then I would do 6C air snap, uh, waste the heat, 6A, 6A Flint, then 6C again, jump D, or 6C jump D into super, and that's like 6K, 5K, somewhere around that range. It's good damage for counter hit. Like it's stupid damage for counter hit. And all I mean you get it from heat one. Like you just need one like heat one, get counter hit 6B, 6D, you get 6D, 6D gives you the second heat to go into the stupid damage. Like it this character's so dumb now. Like the fact that people think this character's low just it boggled my mind, man. Um, so I mean, I ended up baiting the burst anyway, but just saying that I mean, if I did 6A or if I did a Flint, he probably would have had more chances to burst anyway. But here, I mean, he had the burst, like he had to take the risk of bursting, otherwise he was gonna die. And that's that's the mix up now. Like, do I burst? Do I not burst? He might not kill me the next time. He might kill me. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if he didn't burst, I mean, I would have rapided, and he probably would have lived a little longer. But I mean, I still would have got the combo. But then he still would have had the option of bursting. There's too many layers of this. I'm just trying to keep it simple for you guys. I'm trying to go through the matches before it gets too late. Um, I mean, I could literally sit here for days talking about these matches and options and all this stuff and what people don't do with Bullet and my disdain with other Bullet players. But I'm not going to do that now. It's not really the time. 6B because 6B's got like I don't care. Praise the legs. 6B is broken. That move only move that's more upsetting or more annoying than 6B is S is 6B. As crazy as that sounds, like just keep running 6B. Yeah, see, like I said, this is around the time where I was trying to get used to doing 6B for anti-air for everything, 6B, 6D. So I wasn't fully used to getting the flint timing down, which is fine. I mean, like I said, now it's natural now, but 2 weeks ago I was definitely trying to get used to it for Frosties because I mean that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. That's a lot of meter build. I mean, I will gain the meter for the super in that combo most likely at that point. He gets hit by a raw 6D, so that's about 6K. He's not gonna get 6C. He's not gonna see 6K because he's gonna die from it. Like yeah, he's gonna die from the 6K. Like look at that damn near 6K off a counter hit. Most people's counter hits don't even get close to 5K. So yeah, there's more that I jumped the gun too early on that one. Um, I definitely did a hard read on that one as opposed to just doing an actual like wait and see, and I got punished for it as I rightly should have. Challenged the dash back in because he was definitely out of range, so he definitely could have done another 2B. I took the risk of him doing another 2B, but you know you gotta take a risk sometimes. So he dashed in, thus giving up the +2 frames that he had, and he ate a fat counter hit. Well, not really fat, but he just ate a counter hit. And one thing Mystic was actually doing good in these sets is jumping over. Yeah, you see? Look at that. Look at that normal. It's so dumb. He did a good job of doing staying like at that close mid range. Here's the full combo actually. Yeah, I mean this is a lot. It's a lot of damage. I could have gotten a little more. I could have let the DP go and threw him to the other side and to super, but I didn't want to take the risk of it dropping, so I just kept him in the corner. Um, what was I talking about? I was talking about something back here, right? So yeah, the fireball. So Mystic doing a good job of staying relatively close in that mid range to jump over, to instant air dash over my fireballs and punish me, which I think I started recognizing that later in the losers finals match. So I stopped trying to throw Flint so much in so close of a range. I mean, I didn't realize that till like kind of late into that losers finals match, but I definitely realized I was getting punished a lot for him getting right reads on jumping over or instant air dashing over Flint shooter. Was that it? Wow, that was it. Really? All right, whatever. Yeah, that was it actually. Okay, whatever. So next match, I believe, was against Genocide in his 9, as he decided to play 9 this time as opposed to Mai. Speaking of Mai, I actually don't mind Bullet Mai anymore. After playing Genocide a good amount, playing Genocide's Mai a good amount, I actually don't mind too much my Bullet. Um, Speaking of Mai, I actually played a Mai at Frosty's, and he was surprising enough, he was getting blown up by the meaty jump D in the corner. I think he kept trying to backflip, or he kept trying to do spear, the up spear super, and then at one point he just did armor super, and it worked. Um, Actually, see, I'm thinking of more things to try out, and I shouldn't because that means it's gonna be more time I'm not gonna be getting ready for bed, and I'm not gonna do it, and I'm gonna forget. So let me write it down. Actually, let me do a notepad. This is why I wish sticky notes were still a thing on Windows 10 because oh wait, it is. Stupid me. I'm gonna. I'm so glad they brought this back. Oh no, no problem, man. Like stop by whenever you can if you want more advice. We're always down. I'm always down to speak the good word of advice or help out. I don't mind. I mean, I just love talking about fighting games or just games in general. So I appreciate you stopping by, man. So we don't really need this here. Let's put it here. So